Mike, can you just talk about the start you guys got off to, and it seemed like you set the tone well, and then kind of had that dip in the first half, and regained it in the second half. Can you just tell about the flow of the game?
Our start basically came from our defense. We weren't really scoring a lot early, but our defense held strong. I think it was up 9-2 maybe early. We were really getting stops, really rebounding, and everybody was just working hard together. And we had, a fall off. Basketball is a game of runs, but they had their run, we had ours, and ours came later than theirs, so we won.
Your dunk there at the 5-minute mark, 15-minute mark of the second half, capped a 9-0 run. You guys have always emphasized playing hard those first 5 minutes and establishing control of the game. You guys did that tonight.
Yeah, we came out of the locker room. Everybody wasn't too pleased at halftime with our play offensively. We were pretty, usually it's talkative in the locker room. We were pretty quiet. Everybody was pretty focused on what we had to get done in the second half. And we came out with great energy, the whole team. The bench had great energy. And was it 9-0 you say? Yeah. I wasn't aware. 9-0 run, that's how you started.
Cam, can you just discuss the, I guess there's been a reliance on the starters now at this point, the burdens on the starting team at this point in the season. Can you just kind of talk about the production you guys have had to put up?
That's how most teams are. The starters are the main group, and the starters got to understand they got to lead. Every game where it comes down to it, the starters got to be the ones that lead and show what you're supposed to do in the game. And that's what leads up to our bench. When they come in, they got to understand they got to do the same thing what the starters did. But how we came out today, came out sluggish, and you just saw how the whole first half, it went just in a downhill because since the starters wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, the bench came in doing the same thing. So, when it really comes down to it, starters are the main people. Our first five is just, when we come together, it's just a dominant team. And that's one thing we got to all understand.
Cam, I think it was 3 minutes left in the first half before you got your first bucket. The second half, did you kind of tell yourself you want to get yourself involved to get that three-pointer to start the second half? Is that something that you came out and said, I want to get myself involved offensively?
What it really was just the ball movement. First half was everybody was trying to take it on their own. And you can tell, everybody was rushing. It wasn't in the same pace that we normally do anything in the game. So when it came down to that, second half we emphasized on make sure you share the ball. And it really wasn't me trying to just get my own shots. I was finding the open spots and they was finding me.
Cam, you're 7 points from 1,000. Are you starting to think about that yet?
I didn't know how much I was from today. I knew I was from last time, but I'm just trying to get the win. That'll definitely be a great thing once it's accomplished, but other than that, I'm just trying to get the win.
Well, I'd say the very first thing is I thought both teams played very hard. It was very physical early in the game. Our defense was very sharp early, but we had a very hard time against their defense getting easy shots. And we settled on taking a lot of shots off the dribble early. And what I told the guys at halftime was that I was happy that it happened in the first half, that we have time to recover at halftime and start sharing the ball better. But what's happened to us sometimes is we'll play very well in the first half, we'll relax and quit sharing the ball, and when we quit sharing the ball, we take more difficult shots, don't shoot as well, don't shoot as high a percentage, and the other team gets a chance to rebound and run and score in transition, and it's a bad cycle. So at least tonight, we did a good job of regrouping at halftime, came out, continued to play very, very good defense and rebounded against a very good rebounding team in George Washington, and we were able to share the ball. The shot that Cam made was off of an assist. And when we're getting assists, we're clicking. When we're taking a lot of shots off the dribble like we did in the first half, it means we're not functioning like I want us to. And I want us to get on the same page more regularly so that when we shoot it, miss or make, we feel good that the shot we got is what we're looking for. And tonight there were too many miscues on shot selection. But fortunately, the defense was good enough in both halves to give us a lead and sustain that lead for the remainder of the game.
And you guys did end up shooting 50% in the second half.
I didn't realize that, but that's the difference. And one of the other things is you get to the foul line more. And we reduced the number of three-point attempts. In the first half, 11. In the second half, 5. But the 5 that we took were really good shots, wide open, and off the pass, rather than someone dribbling it and trying to shoot off the dribble.
Would you like to continue this series after this 2 years?
Well, as I've said, I think every school has their own scheduling philosophy as to what they're looking for. For us, playing the local schools is a real positive. I think there's an intenseness about the game itself, and there's some anticipation by players on both teams and coaches on both staffs. And hopefully the fans feel that way, that they'd like to see those local games be played on a regular basis. But whether or not we're able to do it, we all have so many other factors. You know, how many home games are you going to have? Who else you're playing in your non-conference? Are you home or away? You know, stuff like that.